Out of the way. Out of the way.
How you guys doing? My name is Maurice Lewis, and I have a popular topic with Andrew Luck retiring, and I mean a surprising shocker. So, nobody thought this was going to happen. This is in the middle of preseason, but Andrew Luck retiring from the NFL, walking away. Was this the biggest surprise? Was this bigger than Calvin Johnson's retirement? Was this bigger than of the all-time great, Barry Sanders? Was this bigger than Barry Sanders' retirement? You know what? I'm gonna debate this topic. And honestly, guys, it's right up there. I mean, Andrew Luck, just in the meat of his prime, only 7 seasons. One of those seasons he didn't play, he was hurt, but 7 seasons in the NFL, just straight good numbers, elite numbers, really good quarterback numbers. 4-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first team All Pro. I mean, the dude posted like 4,000 yards in most of his seasons. So why walk away from the game? You know? And honestly, it was bigger than the game. You know, he had a lot of health issues. You could tell he was battling with stress and depression. And you know what? Like, honestly, mental health is far more important than what you love doing. So yeah, he may love playing football, but his body, his mental health is far more important. His family is important. And you know what? I applaud Andrew Luck for stepping up and walking away from the game. It takes a true man to do that, big time. But, if he were to stay in the league and let's just say he doesn't retire, will he win a Super Bowl? Could you put him in the top elite quarterbacks of all time conversation? Can you put him in a Brett Favre, Dan Marino, obviously Tom Brady now, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, the elite company, those guys. Can you put Andrew Luck in that conversation? And honestly, guys, it's really hard because, hey, if it wasn't for him retiring, he would have posted career numbers and it would have put him in a conversation of the elite, regardless if he would have won a Super Bowl or not. But with Barry Sanders, he walked away from the game with only 10 seasons. 10 seasons. With all those 10 seasons, 10 Pro Bowls each year. It's remarkable. The biggest talent at running back. He was a 6-time first team All Pro. The dude walked away with 15,269 yards. That was super shy away from beating Walter Payton's record, which is now held by Emmitt Smith. Why did he walk away from the game? Once again, guys, it was bigger than the game. He put his back, he put everything he had into the game of football, especially playing for the Detroit Lions, where, they didn't have an offensive line. Emmitt Smith had an offensive line. And you know what? Emmitt Smith spent 13 years in the NFL, and 15 years. And he broke Walter Payton's record in 13 years. Like that, it would have taken Barry Sanders less time to do that if he would have stayed and didn't retire. So, honestly, guys, Barry Sanders retiring, walking away from the game, was that bigger? Was that bigger than Andrew Luck? Well, you know what? I have another guy who walked away from the game who could have been better than Jerry Rice, and that is Calvin Johnson. Big time elite, Megatron, could have been the best, but walked away from the game early. He only spent 9 seasons in the league, and in 9 seasons, he was a 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team. Matthew Stafford, only target throwing the ball. Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, they didn't have any help. Calvin Johnson was one of the only receivers there, and Calvin Johnson's battled and played with injuries. He battled and played with injuries, and you know what? Still posted elite numbers. Now, the only record I could honestly say that put Calvin Johnson in the elite because of this record is that he beat Jerry Rice's single season receiving yard record in 2012. So yeah, you know, Calvin Johnson, big time talent, elite talent. But who's to say if he would have not retired early, stayed in the league for maybe 3-4 more years, could you put him in the conversation of the elite receivers? And honestly, guys, you probably can't, because guess what? He's not even in the top 20 when it comes to receiving yards. He's not even in the top 20 at all, you know? And I can name the list of those guys, you know? I mean, Larry Fitzgerald, who's playing right now, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, you know, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss. I mean, those guys were elite. You can't put Calvin Johnson in the elite. You can if he were to play multiple years after 9. Nope, he didn't. He cut it short. So honestly, guys, which was the biggest surprise in retiring? This is now becoming a common thing. You know, Patrick Willis, he walked away from the game early. Rob Gronkowski, he walked away from the game early. And the all-time great Jim Brown walked away from the game to pursue an acting career. So Calvin Johnson, Andrew Luck, and Barry Sanders, you know, which was the biggest surprise? And honestly, guys, if I had to choose one, and hey, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, who was the biggest surprise in retiring. But if I had to pick one, guys, it probably would be Barry Sanders walking away from the game when he could have broke Walter Payton's record, and it probably would have taken Emmitt Smith even longer to break Walter Payton's record. So you heard it from me, guys. My name is Maurice Lewis. Follow me on all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Detroit Sports World. Let me know what you think about this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm out. Peace.